When I assess a culinary program, whether it's a world-class hotel, multi-outlet private club, or a restaurant, always looking for structure. Because without structure, any operation becomes like a black hole for effort. Now today, I'm going to walk you through the first diagnostic lens I use called Systems. And if you stay till the end, I'll give you the step-by-step I use to remedy non-existent or failing system issues to help you know where to focus first. For nearly 3 decades, I've rebuilt and optimized culinary operations at luxury hotels, multi-outlet resorts, and some of the most complex private clubs in the country. When I go on site to evaluate a program, Structures is the operating system I use to diagnose constraints, limitations, and operational blind spots. And Systems is always the first point of evaluation, because Systems tell me instantly whether the kitchen is built to scale or if success is the result of endless effort. And by the end of this video, you'll have the 7-step Systems Diagnostic Tool to evaluate your own program, and stay to the end for a clear sequence to prioritize where to start so you can build predictably and get one step closer to consistency. Systems is the blueprint for understanding, developing, and mastering the architecture that drives operation in a kitchen. Now, the components of Systems: standards, yield, simplify, track, establish, accountability, measure, and sync. Now, if you're an executive chef doing $2 to $25 million in food and beverage revenue and you want your own kitchen structure score and a custom 30, 60, 90-day ops roadmap, then take the assessment and book a free session. The link's in the description below. Now let's get started with the 7-step diagnostic tool. Number 1 is standards. Show me the documentation. When I get into a kitchen, I'm looking to see what's on paper. Is there a written standard for daily workflows, steps of service, open lists, closed lists, setup lists, schedules, order guides, cleaning checklists? And if the answer is no to any of those, then in my experience, memory is far too heavily relied on in order to get the daily standard things complete. And I would say that you have ambiguity baked into the operation, which leaves a ton of low-hanging fruit that could improve the team's effectiveness and overall morale. After that, I look into yield, or the impact of the process. What results are produced by your standardized processes consistently? Now, to do that, I like to look at all of the outputs: the food, the service, guest and member feedback. I'm looking to see if quality changes based on who's working, time of day, day of the week, or level of business, and how. How does quality change? Yield allows me to evaluate individual outputs of each system. Next, I'm looking for simplicity. In my experience, complex systems always break down, and they create unnecessary friction instead of leading to completed work. And I always like to think of the movie Office Space and the damn TPS reports, and if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you should check that out. When evaluating simplicity, I'm looking to remove clutter and obstacles to put the most effort on what matters for regular tasks. Completing projects, not managing process. But in order to make sure that things are getting done, there needs to be some recognition of those processes so that they can be made simple. I like to look for too many steps and find out what's necessary. I want to find out if there's too much interpretation because I want to be able to explain that clearly. I'm looking to see if there's too much thinking on daily, what should be autopilot tasks. I'm also looking to see if there's too many exceptions to the rule, because then where's the standard? I like to create a log of all of these observations and link them to outcomes that are preventable so that there's leverage in getting their completion. Then I want to know what kind of tracking is happening through these processes. Now, when the kitchen tracks, it's setting itself up for measuring, and what gets measured gets managed. Is the sous chef checking checklists, measuring their completion? When going through this process, I'm going to know if there's a checklist or not. This step helps me understand if it's actually getting used and with what frequency. This tells me a great deal about accountability or lack thereof. How is time being used by the prep team? Is waste being tracked and accounted for? Are ticket times tracked accurately? Are standards tracked consistently and completely? Tracking creates visible accountability and brings to light undefined responsibility and failure points in the process. Then, I like to create a map to remedy that and establish accountability. The who owns what part of it all. Ownership needs to be tied to roles, not personalities. There may be an exception while developing a future sous, but that's an exception, not the rule. When ownership of a line check is unclear, that system drifts. When ownership of an AM meeting is unclear, the agenda is weak. When ownership of a prep project is weak, that's when party counts fall through the cracks, mise en place isn't complete, and there isn't enough food for a party. Now, once we have all of those pieces in place and I've got that log and I'm understanding where the systems are, then I can start to implement measurements. Because that's the key to managing anything and knowing along the way that the outcome of the work is going to lead to success. Measurement tracks progress through the completion of a standardized process. Time spent on a single project, BEO completion, line setup, menu launch, measuring along the way keeps standards on track. Measurement exposes reality before waiting for the end result to show me what's going to happen. And then, sync. We align everything with operational rhythm. Synchronize the standards, the processes, the principles, hiring, all of that to fit the schedule, the staffing, the actual volume, the budget, cost of goods. If we can't, then we go back to the beginning of our systems evaluation and look at the standard. If the system can't sync, it's never going to sustain. Over my years, I've found that most executive chefs try to fix people first, but people are a reflection of the structure that they work in. And if we work to fix the system, performance and effectiveness always follow. Here's how you can apply the sequence I use if you're struggling with systems issues. 1. Document the standards first. You can't improve what isn't defined. 2. Define your ideal outcomes. Determine the difference of where you want to be and where you are. 3. Identify and remove one friction point to simplify one standard. Make the system easier for the team to go in the right direction. 4. Assign clear ownership for an area you have expectations that possibly have not been directly expressed. One role, one responsibility at a time. And you'll see drift disappear. 5. Identify a clear indicator of daily success. For example, everyone's station set up 30 minutes before service and then track that one metric for at least 2 weeks. Then use those measurements to influence menu decisions, food quality, break time, or shift starts. If you're looking for a system fix, start there diligently and you'll see a significant change at the end result. Now, hopefully that's useful for you. And if you're struggling with team challenges, accountability, and systems implementation, then click the link below the video and get your own structure score. You'll get a personalized diagnostic report and a 90-day roadmap based on your real operational constraints. And if you want a free debrief, you can schedule that at the end. Thanks for sticking around, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video. I'm Gerald Fort, and I'm here to encourage you to master the craft, build the system, and work to lead beyond the food.